So Aquaman got nerfed today, and it took the Aquaman community less than an hour to start a petition to get him back buffed again. Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Injustice 2 player. And this video is all about the balance patch. They didn't cover everything, they just mentioned things here and there. So I'm going to wait until all the patch notes come out in a couple days and we're going to do a live stream together. But for now I just wanted to cover the big ones. So I'm not going to go through and just repeat everything that they did. I kind of want to talk a little bit about how it will affect the gameplay. So the biggest thing that I saw was Aquaman's tentacle strike doesn't launch anymore. So it just kind of drops them. Now before, you could just do this string and easily hit confirm into that for a full combo. Now you can't do that anymore. You're going to have to use a scoop, and you're going to have to meter burn it, which is a lot riskier, and also you can't combo that with that string anymore. So there's no just throwing this out and just hoping that you can get a combo, like trying to hit confirm it and do a combo. You'd have to do it after the second hit. And even then, you'd have to use the scoop. Not that, the scoop. But speaking of that, that also did get a chip nerf as well. He also lost his plus frames on this string, so he can't just blindly do back 1, 2, 3 and then down 1 trident rush over and over and over again because he's going to be negative after that. So it looks like they kept his plus frames on that big forward 2 string that's like plus 8 or whatever, so there is a gap in that bigger than Atlantis, so you not really the best idea to use, but so that also affects his zoning. So when they were in the stream they didn't say if they were in competitive mode or not. I'm sure they were, but I noticed that that did about 185 damage now when you meter burn it. And before you could do this into the whatever that thing is. I don't practice that, but yeah, and 232. So he's losing about like 60 damage, something like that, which is makes him less intimidating as a zoner, especially when you get into this range, because even if he does meter burn that, you can't get a combo off of it anymore. So he's going to be strictly like a whiff punishing kind of character now, like just straight up defensive. He lost like almost all his offensive tools, which I don't think is going to put him at the bottom tier, but he's definitely not in the top 5 anymore. So for Deadshot, his back 1 is now slower, which is that low, which it should be. Back 1, 2 is more negative now, so that you can't stagger it as much. I'm not sure if you ever played a high-level Deadshot, but it's very annoying when they kind of get this going. And I really like this change because he's not as mix-up heavy up close now. It's very clear they want him to be more of a zoner. That's kind of what he was made to do. And they didn't touch his zoning at all, from the sounds of it anyways. So he still got his great zoning, great keep-away game. And then they nerfed his up-close game just to kind of make him more into how they wanted him to be in the first place, which I think was a very smart move. So it's unclear kind of how big they nerfed the damage, but Black Adam doesn't do nearly as much damage anymore as he did. And the Black Magic, which could combo before, with no meter, he now has to spend meter to do that. So I think that's fair. That seemed like a weird thing to me in the first place to have in anyways, especially zoning, but they fixed it now it seems. So they've also changed the damage that the orbs do. It scales a lot more now in combos, which will be nice. So Supergirl got some awesome buffs that I'm really excited about. So first off is her meter burn breath actually does damage now. As you can see, that does 0 damage. So that'll also help in combos to give her a little bit more solid damage. So this move is a little bit slower and a mid now instead of a high. So it kind of gives her a little bit more pressure, I believe. Just some more strings to mix up with her, I believe. So she'll have like her 1-1-2, and then you have 2, you can stagger 2-1. I don't know if they're changing anything. Like the 2-1 is still safe, and apparently 2-1-2 will be safe as well. So in pressure, that'll be a good option to use. Now the one thing I'm curious about is this 2-1-2 is currently a restand, so I'm not sure if they'll change that at all when they change the move. But they are slowing it down, it sounds like, so I don't know if that'll affect the like the timing of the combos that she does, like in the corner. Something like that. We might have to do that a little bit differently if that's a tactic you want to use. And Brainiac, man, Brainiac got a damage buff, which is going to be scary as hell because he does so much damage as it is with all his combos for very little to no effort. He does kind of lack combo starters, I think. But yeah, that's going to make him a legit contender. Because yeah, he'll only have to hit you once or twice. And I think that's kind of what they were going for in that character design, was just a character that kind of hits you once or twice and then kind of takes all your health. They also buffed his trait as well. He's got some really interesting things he can do with that now, which he needed. He needed a change to that because it was kind of useless the way it was before. Now just a couple that I wanted to just kind of quickly cover was Batman. They nerfed his damage a bit. And they changed the meter burn batarang, which means that he's going to still have pressure, but it's not quite going to be as scary with meter. He can still have options to get out of it. And when he hits you with stuff, it's not going to do as much damage. So he's still got that overwhelming, really annoying jump two-man type thing going on, but when he hits you, it won't hurt as hard. Firestorm didn't get touched. He's exactly the same way as he was before, which I'm super stoked on because nerfing a lot of the top tier actually will push him up more because he's already solid as it is. Superman, which is one I wanted to talk about a little bit, they didn't change a whole lot on him, not that they really talked about anyways. They changed his wake-up game a bit so that the Superman punch isn't an actual wake-up. He has to do the rise and grab, and then they added some stuff to that, which is still, as a Firestorm player, that still makes the matchup hard for us because we still have to deal with his 4-2-3 pressure. A lot of characters will still have to deal with his zoning, so I don't really think they hurt him that much in this patch. So Atrocitus, using his shield and the fireball moves for the cat, take up even more trait meter now, which means he's going to have to be really careful about what he does. He can't just throw things out anymore. He has to be very calculated and think a little bit more. It'll still create those safe mix-ups that he has with the puddle or the overhead, but it won't be able to be like abused as much. Also, push block takes away way more of that meter now, so you better push block the fluff out of him, and that's going to make him want to change his game plan as well, because once you get up on him, once he gets up on you, as soon as you block anything, you can just push block, and that's going to take away a huge amount of his meter, so he's got to be very careful about how he decides to approach you. Catwoman was one that I wasn't expecting to get any changes, but she got nerfed pretty hard. The hitbox in her jump 2 isn't as big as it was before, so you can't just blindly jump in. They changed her back 3, so she can't really whiff that anymore. Damage reduced on a lot of her attacks. They took away the armor from her meter burn cat dash, so she can't just dash in from full screen. And trait is no longer a wake up, which was a big one. So now she'll have to kind of play that mind game if she wants to use her trait as a wake up. She'll have to condition you to respect her DP attack first before she does the trait. There are some other changes as well. A lot of them I don't know the characters well enough to really explain how to go into a gameplay style, like how that affects their gameplay. So I'm just going to leave a link in the description of the video to the replay of the NetherRealm stream in case you missed it. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments, like, what character did you see and how do you think this affects you? Are the buffs that they give Swamp Thing enough? Because I don't think they are. They updated his trait, by the way. They kind of made it a little bit more consistent, and they gave him armor on the grab. I don't think either of those fixes the problems he has, but bringing the top tier down, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, time will tell, I suppose. So, anyways, guys, can't wait to discuss this with you. I'll be responding to comments and stuff like that, so go ahead and leave them. And if you enjoyed the video, then leave a like, because it really helps me out. And subscribe, because we make videos every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.
Accept your death.